Dajjal, the one-eyed monster. One of the 10 great signs that will appear near the end of the world is the emergence of Dajjal. According to al-Hadith, he will be a tall, one-eyed young man. His defective eye will look like a swollen grape, while the other will be blood-stained. His chest will be wide but slightly sunken, and he will have a broad forehead with long, curly hair. Between his eyes, the word kafir will be written, and every true Muslim will be able to read it. Dajjal's arrival will be a great test for every Muslim, a test of faith when faced with overwhelming lies. It will be a time of hardship, and only the truly faithful will remain steadfast. Dajjal seeks to lead Muslims away from Allah, tempting them with false promises and the illusions of this world. Before Dajjal comes, the world will be filled with sadness and suffering. Everything will begin to collapse as people grow corrupt and lose their faith. Natural disasters will strike everywhere, making things even worse. Food and water will become scarce, turning fertile fields into barren deserts. The sky will feel like a burning glass, intensifying the heat of the dry, cracked ground. Rivers and lakes will dry up, leaving behind empty wastelands. Animals will perish, their lifeless bodies scattered across the land as a grim sign of the devastating drought. With resources dwindling, people will fight and harm one another. Trust will vanish, families will fracture, and neighbors will turn into enemies, all struggling just to survive. In this time of darkness, the knowledge of Islam will fade, and true scholars will become rare. Without guidance, people will be desperate for hope, making them easy prey for Dajjal's deception. The chilling story of Tamim ad-Dari's encounter with Dajjal reveals the depth of his deception. Tamim and his companions were shipwrecked on a mysterious island where they met a strange, hairy creature called al-Jassasa. This creature led them to a chained man inside a nearby building. As they entered, they saw an enormous figure bound in chains. The man questioned them about Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Lake Tiberias, the date palms of Baisan, and the Zugar Spring. With each answer, their unease grew. Finally, the chained man revealed his identity. He was Dajjal. He warned that he would soon be free and would travel the world, spreading lies. He declared that he would rule everywhere except Mecca and Medina, which would be protected by Allah. Terrified, Tamim and his companions fled the island and recounted their experience to Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, confirmed their story and warned the people about the difficult times to come. Dajjal's greatest weapon is deception. He will perform astonishing feats, miracles in appearance, but mere tricks of the devil. He will show his followers illusions of paradise, promising them happiness and prosperity. But to those who reject him, he will display terrifying visions of hellfire. He will appear to control nature, bringing rain to barren lands and making crops grow. He will command treasures to rise from the earth, showering his followers with wealth. These false wonders will make him seem powerful, generous, even divine. But true believers will see through his lies. They will recognize his tricks for what they are, illusions meant to lead them astray. Dajjal's time will be the ultimate test of faith. He will exploit human desires, fears, and weaknesses. Those with wavering faith will be lured by his promises, wealth, status, and temporary ease. He will remove their hardships for a moment, offering power and pleasure. But those who refuse to follow him will face severe trials, hunger, poverty, and suffering. The contrast between reward and punishment will challenge the hearts of even the strongest. True believers will remain steadfast, knowing that Dajjal's gifts are fleeting and his threats are empty. They will hold fast to the teachings of Islam, taking refuge in the Quran and the example of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Their faith, tested in fire, will emerge even stronger. How long will Dajjal stay on earth? According to ahadith, the Sahaba once asked Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "O Messenger of Allah, how long will Dajjal remain on earth?" Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, 40 days, one day like a year, one day like a month, one day like a week, and the rest of the days like your normal days. They then asked, "How fast will he travel?" Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam answered, "Like the clouds driven by the wind." This means Dajjal will move swiftly across the world, spreading his deception far and wide. Dajjal's reign of terror will not last forever. As his lies spread and his influence grows, Allah will send down Isa, alayhi salam, the Messiah, to defeat him. Isa, alayhi salam, will descend in Damascus, where the believers will gather around him. Together they will set out to confront Dajjal, who will be heading toward Bayt al-Maqdis, Jerusalem. The moment Dajjal sees Isa, alayhi salam, fear will consume him, and he will begin to dissolve like salt in water. But Isa, alayhi salam, will say, "You will not escape me." He will catch up with Dajjal at the gate of Lod, in Palestine, and strike him down with his spear. Dajjal's followers will flee in terror, but the Muslims will pursue them. Even the trees and rocks will call out, saying, "O Muslim, there is a Jew hiding behind me. Come and kill him."